Hokies!
Final score tonight, Virginia Tech gets the win, 86-69, moves to 4-0 to start the season. Coach, what did you make of this one?
It was a long game.
Yeah.
And I think you and I talked about it before, Andrew. I knew it was going to be this caliber game, you know, where they were going to make you play ugly. They were going to try to extend the game, you know, with their pressure. They're over-aggressive with their pressure. I thought we handled it well in spurts. We got a little bit lackadaisical with the basketball a few times with it. We lost our composure a couple of times. We have to get better, you know, but it's game 4 with this group. It's a relatively new group that we need to continue to build the chemistry on. I'm still trying to figure out positions, who's going to play where, who's going to do what, and we haven't figured it out yet. We haven't figured it out yet. But if you can be 4-0 while you're trying to figure it out, it's not bad. It's not a bad deal. But you know, we got some production from some people that was really good for us. Alexis Jean was really good for us. I still think that she can be a tremendous player for us. Reagan got going in the second half. I thought Kendall got us going in the first half with 3 threes, kind of opened up some things. But collectively, we did a good job. Jeanette ran the show, and then Taylor Emery did a really good job of scoring the basketball. So we need more than that, though. We need more than that. We need contributions from our bench.
Sure.
We need strong contributions
Sure.
and a lot of energy. We didn't get that today, but it's a work in progress. And you know, so I'm proud of the win. It's a scrappy team we just beat. And then now we'll get ready for Thanksgiving break and 3 very tough games in Florida.
Yeah, I'm curious about your thoughts on the energy here tonight, the energy, the grittiness, because these games are tough. It's hard because they're in your face, and we saw it for 4 quarters despite the lead of 15, 16, 17 points. UCF is there right up on you the whole time, and it did take some mental focus to stick with it and actually kind of counterpunch, and it struck me that Tech did a decent job of that. How would you categorize the team's ability to counterpunch the physicality of UCF?
Well, I'll even take it back one step further. You know, I know our fans are here, they support us, and people who listen, but they don't understand how tough it is for the kids. You know, they watch their colleagues, their classmates, you know, load up and go home for a week.
Yeah.
And campus is a little bit dead right now. It's a little bit quiet. The arena was quieter with no pep band and no cheerleaders here. Yep. It was kind of dead. You have an odd time. That, you know, the second game in a row we had an odd time start. You know, so it really trying to muster up the energy because we can't forget that they are 18 to 22-year-old kids. And
yep.
So we came out a little bit flat. I thought we had a really good second quarter. And as you mentioned, you know, we were taking the punches. We were taking their punches. We were counter-punching. We got some easy opportunities. Built a lead. Thought we kind of held on to it a little bit. Wasn't pretty during some stretches, but we're going to learn from it. You know, Jeanette's numbers aren't great right now with, you know, the turnover to assist ratio. But every day we're watching film and she's learning because I think some of her mistakes are correctable. And so it goes down the line. You know, we're trying to get Asia Shepherd to be a little bit more careful with the basketball because she's going to have to play some backup point guard in DeAndra's absence right now. And but we just really need some energy from our bench to come in and really give us opportunities to build upon our leads.
I did want to ask you about Asia Shepherd in this game. 7 points, 1 for 5 from the 3-point range, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Again, not expecting Asia Shepherd as a freshman to go out there and put up 20 points every single night, even though she probably might expect it out of herself. So there's going to be ups and downs for a freshman, but how did you feel? What does she need to improve on? What can tonight, I guess, teach her about where the growth needs to come?
She's a freshman, and you know, you can look back to Kendall last year at this time and, you know, just really not understanding the concepts of a Division I basketball, especially at a high level. And so Asia, you know, she's a tremendous talent, shoots the ball extremely well, but she's got to learn the philosophy of our team. She has to learn the concepts of our schemes, and just not there yet, and which is to be expected because it's only her 4th game. You know, we're trying to get her to do some things that she's never done before at a higher pace. You know, the game's faster than she's ever played before, and we need her to, you know, to grasp those concepts because she's a tremendous talent. We need to get her on the floor as much as possible. We have to trust her. We have to trust that she's going to be where she's supposed to be defensively. We have to trust that she's going to rebound the basketball. We have to trust that she's going to take a good shot on offense because everyone else is expecting her to do so, so that we can operate as my old coach Lefty Giselle used to say, like a well-oiled machine. Yep. You know, and so but it's game 4. And, you know, and she's not the only one. We have a lot of players that need to really step up and do that so that we can operate as one unit and not have some pieces missing sometimes.
What did you think that one time that you went to 3 forwards into the game. That was a look that I don't think we've seen very often from you. You had Barry, you had Alexis Jean, and I think Reagan McGarity, 3 sizable forwards in there. What did you take out of that moment?
You know, it's a lineup that we talked about that we really want to utilize at some point during the year. We kind of went to it today because of necessity. Kendall was in foul trouble. Again, I think Asia, needed a break. I think she made a couple mistakes, mental mistakes. So we went to it. Didn't work out too well. We thought it was going to be really good for the defensive end, but we came down the offensive end. We were a little bit out of sync, and I think Michelle turned the basketball over. We're not going to give up on it. We think it's a lineup that we really want to play because it gives us a better chance to rebound the basketball.
Sure.
And, tonight we didn't rebound the ball particularly well because we played zone. We played zone 90% of the time. And when you play zone, it's very hard to rebound out of it, especially when it's not your mainstay defense. And because you're out of position a lot, you have guards who are rotating down. We didn't scrap and fight as much as I would have liked us to do. And then we got in foul trouble. Reagan was in foul trouble for the majority of the first half, and then Alexis was in foul trouble for majority of the third quarter. And so we were playing smaller. So there's some things that we have to work on. We have to be a little bit tougher. We have to have a little bit more fight. We can't be labeled as a finesse team when we have all these shooters out there, and they're going to have to learn how to fight in order for us to be able to play those defenses.
All right, last question for you. Virginia Tech, Paradise Jam, Drexel, Butler, West Virginia coming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Size up this tournament and the experience and the teams Virginia Tech is about to see.
As soon as you said Drexel, I said, ooh.
CAA opponent.
CAA opponent. Denise Dillon's the head coach at Drexel. I think Denise Dillon's the best coach in the country. I really do. I've said that many times before. What she gets out of her team year in and year out is remarkable. You're going to go up against a team that's really well coached. And, I love her to death. And the reason I have 5 championships, CAA championships, and not 6 is because of Denise Dillon at Drexel. She beat us one year in the championship game. But the utmost respect for her, her staff, her team, the program, what they do. Because year in and year out, they're very, very consistent. They're not going to be as tall as we are. They may not be as athletic. They may not even be, able to shoot it better than us, arguably. But they're going to work very hard. They're going to run their system. It's going to be a very tough game for us. Our kids are going to have to really lock in to be able to guard it because they prey on you making mistakes. And they do a really good job of it. And I'm sure she's got them playing extremely well right now. But then after that, we have to try to get a win there, and we have Butler coming up, and then the finale is with nationally ranked West Virginia. It's going to be a really good game for us, a game that's going to be a barometer for us, and hopefully it can be a game that could pay dividends for us as we move on throughout the season. But it's going to be 3 hard-fought games back to back to back. You're going to have to be playing on emotions sometimes because you're going to play 3 straight games. You're going to be tired. So it's going to challenge us in many ways, and we understand that. That's why we took the game. The only disappointing part is that it's going to be in Florida and not in the Virgin Islands. Yeah, Paradise Jam. But unfortunately, the hurricane came through and devastated the Virgin Islands, and hopefully, everything's working out best as it can be there right now. But we're going to go down, and it's going to be good. It's our first road trip. It's our first road trip as a team. So we're going to be able to bond a little bit. I think they need those trips like that so you can bond as a team, grow as a team, get away a little bit. We love Blacksburg, we love Virginia Tech, but sometimes being able to get away a little bit helps you bond a little bit. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a very tough challenge. This time next week we'll have 3 more games under our belt, and hopefully they're in the right column. Coach,
thanks so much for your time. Virginia Tech beats UCF and moves to 4-0 on the season.
Hokies!